Hey, what's going on guys? Cryptic wasn't here, and today I'm going to show you how to set up Shop and Uconomy. In this video I'll be using a Windows VPS just so I can get everything in a fresh install. Now you're going to need MySQL, so the link will be in the description down below. In one of my vids that I did, it shows you how to install MySQL. So I'll be doing it again, but this time it'll be fast forwarded. If you want, you can just skip ahead, or you can slow down the video if you want to actually know how to install MySQL. I'm gonna stop here for a bit. So for the MySQL root password, make sure you remember this because you need this for the configurations of the plugins later on. So for the password, I'm just gonna enter a simple hi123. If you want to install Notepad++, you can. I have mentioned this in all my videos. It's a really good text editor for all the plugin configurations they have. The link will be in the description down below. Just click on the download and run the installer. For the next step, we're going to start by installing the Shop and Uconomy plugin. So you can go ahead and open both of them up and install them into your server. Drag both of them in, and for the libraries we're just going to use Uconomy's library and drag them into the libraries of your Rocket folder. Once you've done all of that, you can go ahead and run the server. Now when you first start the server, you're probably going to get these red text or errors. Never mind that for now. You can go ahead and shut it down. The next thing we're going to do is download HeidiSQL. We're going to need this to create databases, edit tables, and everything in Uconomy and the Shop plugin. You just want to go ahead and download the installer. Once it's finished, just go ahead and run it, and the installation is very simple. You can just click next. Alright, now that that's finished installing, as you can see it's already opened up, but we can just drag it aside for now. Now we're going to go ahead and edit the configurations. So we're going to start with Uconomy first, and we're going to edit with Notepad++, or use Microsoft's default editor. Now for the database address, if you're running MySQL on the Unturned server, you can leave it as localhost, but if the MySQL server is located somewhere else, you can type in the IP of that MySQL server here. For the database username, we're gonna put that as root. Database password is the MySQL root password they entered during the installation. So mine was hi123. And everything you can just leave default. You can also change the initial balance, which is new players who join will get this amount, and the money name. Just go ahead and save it, go back, and enter the shop configurations. And you can set these to true or false, and leave these two as default. Now we're going to go into the HeidiSQL and click new. Now for the hostname IP, this is basically the IP of the local host. The username will be set as root and the password is the MySQL password. And go ahead and click open. Now just go ahead and click right click, create new database, and then this says unturned. Right, now that you created the database, you just want to go back and start your unturned server. Right, as you can see, there is no more red text, and that means your Uconomy and shop has been successfully set up. If you go into the database and expand unturned, as you can see, it's created 3 new tables. You can click on Uconomy and click on Data tab, which is all the data that will be input here. Now if you want, you can download the Unturned Uconomy utility for the shop plugin. It allows you to add multiple items, and it's much more easier to use than manually typing it in. I have already downloaded, so if you want, you can just go ahead and run it. And we'll connect the host, so the IP, the port default will be 3306, username will be root, password will be the MySQL password, and database will be the unturned database. And you can save it if you want, but I'm not going to. Just connect, and you can, for test, just select the workgenes and then type in the price they want to buy it, and then click add. And now that it's added in, you can now see here, you can refresh it if you want. Now if you want to add it manually, you can insert a new row and then type in the item ID, the item name, cost, and the buyback, which is basically the selling. Now what you also want to do is add the permissions for buy, sell, cost, and all the permissions for the shop. So you can edit the permissions config. And I'm just going to edit the default rank. If the permissions will be buy, sell, the cost of the items, and Uconomy permissions as well. So balance, pay to pay other players using a balance, and that's essentially about it. So you can save that. Now I'm just going to reload the permissions. Now I'm going to show some in-game demonstrations. So first we're going to type /p, and you can see my permissions there. So first off, since we added the workgenes, we're just going to type /buy2, and as you can see, I just bought workgenes for 5 credits. If we go back, as you can see, workgenes that cost 5 credits. Now if you want to give yourself more money, as you can see, this is my Steam ID 64. You can edit the balance. Now let's just say 10,000 and enter, click out of it, and type in /balance, and as you can see, I have 10,000 credits. If you want to sell the item, you can do /sell the item ID. But as you can see, the shop is not buying workgenes right now. So if you want, you can go ahead and then label it. Just click on the buyback and set the amount. Let's say 1 credit. Go back, and there we go. We sold 1 workgenes to the shop. Now that is it for this tutorial. I hope it helped. Please leave a like if it did, and see you guys next time.